all the people for supporting this, and I can't do it without everybody that's helping me.
Congratulations out there going to the Renner family. Hey, brother gets gold medals, and now you got one too. Hopefully the #1 plate. Congratulations. Back to Rodney and Kevin, RacerTV.
All right, thanks a lot, Wes. And there he goes again, folks. He is up to his old tricks. The number 82, the Kawasaki Team Green Monster Energy Man, out front and leading it. It is Garrett Marshbanks, followed by Jalik Swoll on the Husqvarna. And under the Red Bull Arch we go with our leader. This kid has been dominant all year long. Not just this race, not just earlier at Mammoth Mountain. It's just everywhere this kid goes. He is extremely tough to beat. And the rest of the gang filing through here in race number 3. And Garrett Marshbanks leading this thing early on. Mini senior 12 to 14 class. That's what we're taking a look at right now. Rodney Tomlin and Rodney Smith up here kind of chatting away. We will throw some headphones on both of you guys if you can unhook that and let you guys chat for a minute. Maybe.
All right. So things off and rolling here in this mini senior 2, 12 to 14-year-old class. Moto number 2 continued to roll, as we said. Colville, Utah's Garrett Marshbanks, the number 82. Taking the Bell Helmets Whole Shot Award in this one. Rodney Smith, a 5-time Grand National Cross Country champion, also former Brazilian motocross champ, and I'm sure probably even more titles than that that I can't even recognize right now. Well, Rodney, talk a little bit about your history, man. I know that we talk, we keep talking about how great you are and everything, and we know how great you are, and we know that there's a lot of things that I know there's a lot of things I don't even know about you yet, man. I mean, and I've worked with you for 15 years now, it seems like.
Yeah, I think we go back quite a ways, you know, ever since he was a white there in the GNCC, and kind of went off to the motocross, and you came into our sport.
Yeah, exactly, and we've been kind of, you know, we had some great things going on over there with that. Rodney, you went from being a 5-time GNCC champion to being a mentor to a champion that raced the GNCC series also.
Yeah, you know, my career, like you were saying earlier, started off with a motocross career where I started out, you know, unfortunately, I went pro in '82, which was the year this originated here at Loretta Lynn's. That was my first pro year going out on the Nationals. So my amateur career was more in 1980, 1981, and they didn't have Loretta Lynn's back then. So from there, I graduated out of high school and I rode a couple years in the national circuit here in America, and I got an opportunity to go down to South America and race in Brazil. And down there, I became a 5-time Brazilian motocross champion, and I earned a ride to go on to Europe and race in the GP motocross circuit. And racing the GP motocross circuit, and I actually finished 3rd in the world in 1988.
Wow, 3rd in the world, really?
Yeah, so I had a good year and backed it up in '87 and finished 7th, and had a little bit of trouble that year, but no, things went good, and kind of got a little tired of living in Europe. You know, life just wasn't the same as being here in America, and I came back here and kind of had a little bit more motocross, kind of played around for a little bit, got 3rd at Unadilla, and did a couple other nationals. I almost won Daytona Supercross in 1990, but then I got into off-road and kind of started a whole new career and went a whole new different avenue.
Yeah, and it worked out well for you. You got 5 GNCC titles in the process, and I mean, that was toward the end of your career. You're one of the probably older champions that the GNCC series had. After 40 years old, you're winning championships, and that's kind of unheard of in a lot of cases.
Yeah, that was actually a real big championship when I won it at 40. That was my number 5, and you know, I trained real hard after that, and I was trying to come back and win it one more time. I wanted to win 6, but you know, when I won it at 40, it took a lot of energy out of me. I had a lot of young kids out there, and I got to be honest, I started that season with no pressure, thinking that, you know, there was nothing. You know, I won 4 championships. I wasn't expected to win 5, and Jason Raines and a bunch of Barry Hawk and all the young guys were still out there, you know, hammering down. And I think, you know, like Wyndham and them said, the pressure was off of me, and I was having fun, and the season started, and next thing I know, I found myself leading the championship. And then those last 3-4 races, the pressure kind of came back on. It took a lot out of me.
Man, it was a lot of fun watching you through that era, Rodney. And I got to ask you, you talked about being in world competition and stuff. What about racing Trampus Parker? He was a world champion for a while. Have you guys ever crossed paths before meeting here at Loretta's?
We did. When I was living in Italy racing for the Chesterfield Suzuki Factory Suzuki team, Trampus was there. He was a little bit younger than me and just kind of was getting his feet wet. And he came to a few of the GPs and didn't really do all that well at first, and but he started riding the Italian championships and dominating those. And then once I retired out of the GPs and came back home, Trampa's had a real good season, real good year in Europe.
Wow, and here we are now a few years later. You are actually training some kids in this particular class right here, right?
Yeah, I actually have a protege right here, number 31. Tyson Johnson's out here racing with my number. He actually pulled the whole shot yesterday, but had some up and down races this week.
Yep, he's running back in 33rd right now, as a matter of fact, here in Moto number 2.
And I got Nico Rolando, that's actually from Uruguay, that's over here training and working with me, and Cole Canasser that won a Moto earlier today.
So we were right whenever we were talking earlier, training by Lori. That was Lori Smith.
Correct. Lori's my wife. Everybody knows pretty much Lori. She does all the training. She trains all the athletes, and I work with them on the bike. So it works. It's a good combination. She's actually a personal trainer.
Well, that's awesome. Well, Rodney, I appreciate you taking the time to come up and talk with us, and wish you good luck. I know you got some motos coming up here pretty soon, right?
Perfect. Yep. Actually, not till tomorrow.
Oh, okay. You guys are not till tomorrow, so that's going to be an early one for you then.
Another good, interesting thought here is I've never been to Loretta's here, and I can't believe how big and how prestigious it is. It's really cool. You know, I'm here at 50 years old, and you know, it's kind of unique. A lot of people don't realize, but I've won a lot of races here at Loretta Lynn's. I've won a lot of GNCCs here, and even back in the day, we had a 2-day qualifier enduro here, and I was able to come here and win that. So I got a lot of trophies, a lot of unique trophies from Loretta's.
So you could say you won championship here, or won races here at Loretta's, but you never won a championship here.
It'd be nice to finish that off with the Motocross Championship, definitely. You know, I got a lot of guitar signed by Loretta Lynn's. I got a couple other cowboy hat by her and stuff like that. So, you know, to finish it off here would be an ultimate career, you know, at 50. But my main goal is I got some clients and riders here, and that's what we're here for, to have fun.
And you said you don't even really get to train, right? You were going out there busting out second places.
You know what? Ooh, a guy just went down out there. Unfortunately, I don't get to train as much as I'd like to anymore. I got a lot of clients at home, and when I get to the racetrack, I got 8, 9, 10 guys I'm looking out after, and it's hard to get the bike out and get out there and have fun for myself.
Well, I'm glad to have you here, man. It's good to see you.
Thank
good
you
luck.
very much. Good seeing everybody again. I appreciate it.
Not a problem, man. Glad to have you here. That's Rodney Smith, 5-time GNCC champion and 50-plus second place. He's heading into Moto number 2. Those guys are going to be back at it tomorrow. So we got plenty of opportunities. Maybe get a chance to talk with Rodney Smith a little more on the podium as we catch up with the action. 3 laps in now here in the Mini Senior 2, 12 to 14-year-old class. As we told you, Garrett Marchbanks had gotten off to the early lead in this one and has held the point. It's got about a 4.2-second lead now over the rest of the field. The 82 machine in Moto number 1 took a Moto win on the Monster Energy Team Green Kawasaki, backed by PR2 and Dunlop. Chase Sexton, number 51, running back in second place, actually just posted up the fastest lap out there on lap number 3 the last time around. The gap still 4.2 seconds, but he's running a little bit faster. It's not much. We're saving hairs there. We're talking a 204.109 for Marchbanks as his fastest lap to a 204.047 for Chase Sexton. So that's how close they are. Nearly identical, but still a half a tenth or second difference in their lap time, and Sexton has the advantage on that. Jalek Swole, the number 35, running in the number 3 spot right now. Swole, by the way, took a 6th place finish in Moto number 1, so this is a great start for him. If you're wondering about the 51 machine, Sexton took 2nd in Moto 1, so he's right back where he started off at, or finished off at, that I should say, in Moto 1 of this Mini Senior 12 to 14-year-old class. Jalek Swole, as we said, in 3rd. Then Connor Mullinex, the number 88 machine, is running in the number 4 spot. He's out of Lakeside, California. An Orange Brigade KTM FMF backed rider, Lance Kobush, the number 99. He's checking in with us right now in the number 5 spot. Lance Kobush out of New Florence, Missouri, on a Monster Energy Kawasaki Thor Parts Unlimited PR2 and kicker backed. He was 3rd place finisher in Moto number 1, so we got at least 3 of our key players in the top 5 in the Mini Senior 12 to 14-year-old class, as Connor Mullinex actually finds some problems out there on that lap. That might have been him that went down a few moments ago. Chase Fosnot now is 5th. Jarrett Fry in 6th. Brock Pappy running in the number 7 spot. Tommy Rios, the number 24, is 8th. In 9th spot, the number 11 of Grant Harlan. Cameron Mitchell rounds out the top 10. Then we got Mullinex checking in 11th, Parker Mashburn 12th, McCoy Bro in 13th, Vincent Lahovia is 14th, Cole Williams in 15th, Tanner Armalis in 16th, Ezra Hastings, Gabe Gutierrez, Lane Rathman, and Tristan Lewis rounding out your top 20. The halfway point of the Mini Senior 2, 12 to 14-year-old class, and we'll be back with more Racer TV right after this. And we're back here on RacerTV.com and Loretta Lynn's live as we roll through our first moto, our second motos now, our first races of the second moto. Race 3 on the racetrack right now, the Mini Senior 2, as we roll through this Rocky Mountain ATV MC Amateur National Motocross Championship here at Loretta Lynn. It's all presented by our friends at AMSOIL, the first in synthetics, and Garrett Marchbanks looks like he may be marching his way right straight to the championship here, as he is looking at a 1-1 situation. If he can continue to hold, the point. The 51 at Chase Sexton still back in the number 2 spot, but look at this. Sexton is starting to close up since the break. We saw a 3-second gap, or at least a couple of second gap made up. We're now just over 2 seconds at 2.1 seconds separating Marchbanks and Sexton. Marchbanks turning at 2:05.7, getting into some of that lap traffic, slowing him down a little bit. If Sexton can get through it A-OK, he might be able to close up a little bit more of that 2-second gap that we're looking at whenever they made their way by the finish line just a moment ago. And here we come now. It's on. It is on as these riders are making it side by side, coming up toward the finish line now. Here they come, and Marchbanks holding on to the slight edge, but there is the 51 of Chase Sexton. And they go over the tunnel of love. No love lost there between those two riders. And now the hard right-hander turned down in front of the legendary Loretta Lynn billboard race, the billboard here at the racetrack, and there is Marchbanks behind, and there is still Sexton. Jalek Swole some 12 seconds back in the number 3 spot, not a factor, but over near the bell. Moto hole shot for us. We've got Marchbanks trying to hang on to this one, a 2:05.037, a 2:03.087. Sexton turning 2-second faster lap, closing that up to .158 at the finish line. But right now, you're looking on the racetrack, it probably looks and feels a lot tighter than that for Garrett Marchbanks. Out of the and into the 10 Commandments sections we go now, the short shoots as we go through the GoPro 10 Commandments. Marchbanks gets past, it looks like, as Sexton makes the swing by through the 10 Commandments, is able to get that little better drive coming from the outside. It looked like there Wes Kane, and Marchbanks now finds himself back in the number 2 spot. The good and saving news for the number 82 of Garrett Marchbanks is the fact that, oh, no, wait a minute.
No,
he got
they're
second.
going to be tied.
Yeah, you're
this
right.
This would put these guys in a tie. Sexton's
it's Swole that it was finished.
It was Sexton that didn't get the start
right
in the first moto. He had to fight his way all the way up in the second. So now this is where Sexton now goes back and he does a reevaluation and says, you know what? I'm going to go into moto number 3, a tie, if he can hang on there. But do not count Marchbanks out.
He's got the momentum, that's for sure, because he's got not only the speed of this moto, but he's also got the confidence of this moto, and knowing that he chased down Garrett Marchbanks and worked him, and really worked him over until he was able to finally make a pass, solidify it, and he had him against the ropes. He put him down, basically, and there he is, man. He's starting to stretch it out, but Marchbanks is back up on his feet. He's going to be back to battle for this one. Don't count this one out over just yet. Garrett Marchbanks has got a moto win. He knows it. He knows the championship is on the line right now.
Top 10 looked like this when they came through the stripe, and it's going to be Cameron Mitchell in 11th, but Grant Harlan was 10th, Parker Mashburn 9th, Colin Molinax 8th, Brock Pappy 7th, Chase Fosnot was 6th, Jarrett Fry was 5th, Lance Kobush was 4th, Jalek Swole 3rd, and now Garrett Marchbanks goes in the 2nd, and Chase Sexton now is trying to make his statement where he's in great position for that 3rd moto. This is where the changing of the guard happens and strategies now. That's where the 3rd moto, you still have a chance to win this bad boy. A little bit of bad luck in Moto 1. You can fix it in Moto 2 and rise to the occasion in Moto 3.
As we said, pivotal moto is Moto number 2 right here, and the heavyweight moto is going to be coming up. This moto right here, the great thing about this is it gives everybody something to think about. You've either got folks thinking, oh, man, this guy's doing that, or one guy thinking, oh, man, I do have a shot at this. This could be my day. This could be my week. This could be my race. I'm still in the hunt for a championship, and it gives these guys a lot to think about, and that's what I like about these second motos, because we're starting to see these guys start to solidify, so to speak, the top guys in the class. Sexton, Marchbanks, Jalek Swole now 15 seconds back in 3rd. Lance Kobush in 4th. Jarrett Fry, the number 34, in 4th. Fosnot after 7 now in 6th. Brock Pappy is 7th. Connor Molinax still in 8th. Mashburn still in 9th. And Cameron Mitchell in 10th. We had another lap down since Wes ran that down, and we can see not a lot of changes going on there. The gap's actually pretty big. Except between 1st and 2nd. Back to 2nd to 3rd, 15 seconds. 3rd to 4th, 21 seconds. Another 6 seconds back to the number 5 ride. Another 5 seconds back to the 6th.
Look out. Sexton goes down, Rodney.
Oh, man.
I hate to break the news and jump in on you.
No.
But I think that's something now Marchbanks inherits that now. The
That
dog days of summer has risen and took down Chase Sexton hard charge. Don't want to see that. I hate to see that.
But the pivotal point of this moto, these are the types of things that we talk about. These second motos carry so much weight right now heading into the third motos. You do what you can and salvage what you can in Moto 1, and then you come out here and you try to make and break even better here in Moto 2. And it looked like Sexton was right on the verge of making that happen, but gets up. Still about 6 seconds back of Chase Sexton. The only thing is time may not be on this young rider's hands. He's got the speed, the ability, and the talent. We've seen it happen earlier in this race to catch up with Marchbanks, but at this time, I think he's just too far behind the 8 ball. 11 seconds now only ahead of Jalek Swoll. Lance Kobush was 21 seconds back and forth. So our front four, Garrett Marchbanks, Sexton, they went 1 and 2 in Moto number 1. Jalek Swoll, the 35 machine, finished 6th in Moto 1, so he's got a little bit better of a finish there for himself. The 99 Kobush went 3rd, so he's back and forth. Not much of a change there for him. And Jarrett Fry, the 34, took a 7th place finish, so he has bettered himself here in Moto number 2. So that's the kind of things that we're talking about. And in reality, this championship is probably a lot tighter than what it appears, more than just in the Marchbanks and Sexton battle. That one's still going to go down tight, because if Sexton still hangs on to the number 2 spot, we still got the likelihood and the possibility of Sexton winning this championship with the third moto out there.
Well, and that's always what happens. Is like being in Vegas. You know, you got to throw the dice. You still got to stay in the game.
Yeah.
You can't give it up. You can't throw it away. That's a tough break for Sexton. But you know what? It's still not over with yet. There's still a couple more laps in this mini senior 2, 12 to 14. And right now, the torch has been passed to Garrett Marchbanks out there. Brock Pappy doing a great job. And so there's Parker Mashburn. I'll give you the top 10 as Harlan in 10th. Cameron Mitchell 9th, Parker Mashburn 8th, Brock Pappy 7th, Chase Bosnott from Fort Pierce, Florida in 6th, Jarrett Fry 5th, Lance Kobush, the little guy, in 4th, Jalek Swoll in 3rd, Chase Sexton in 2nd, and he is carrying the torch so far. Ryan Holiday got to be happy with this young man. Garrett Marchbanks is marching on.
Well, as the first moto, we got a lot of the same riders in the top 10. We got Marchbanks and Sexton in the same place they were in Moto 1 after 9 laps complete, about 5 seconds separating the two. But so Garrett Marchbanks, Chase Sexton, Jalek Swoll. What I was saying is that we've got a lot of the same key players in the top 10. It's just some of these riders have switched their positions around. For instance, Parker Mashburn, who is running the number 32, back in the 8th place position. Mashburn took 4th in Moto number 1. Chase Bosnott, the number 30 machine that we see out there right now, he took an 8th in Moto number 1. He is running in the number 6 position this time around. Jarrett Fry took 4th in Moto 1, actually 7th in Moto 1. He's running in the number 5 spot right now. So you see what I'm talking about. A lot of the same key players, just things have mixed up a little bit as Garrett Marchbanks marches his way to the bank and to the checker flags here shortly, as he nearly has this one lock, stock, and barrel as far as the championship is concerned. And over by the workstation we go now, heading into that Rocky Mountain ATV MC Sandwash. And remember earlier today, not long after intermission, how smooth that section of the racetrack was. Well, once again, it has turned into a another massive washboard and washout, so to speak, as it has been deemed here at the 2014 Rocky Mountain ATV MC Amateur Motocross National Championship Finals here at Loretta Lynn's. Sounds like we got gunshots going off in the headphones right now. I think that Wes Kane heading down to the podium right now. And Garrett Marchbanks is trying to head that way himself as we check in at the finish line, and the checkers unfurl for the 82 as he'll go 1-1 now in his bid for the national title in this mini senior 2 12 to 14-year-old class. Making his way down to the impound area now. We see Wes Kane making his way down also and getting things ready to organize for the podium celebrations here. There's the 51 machine, Chase Sexton. You know, he's got to be pretty excited on a couple different levels. One, excited for the fact that he did so great this moto, and the other is a different kind of excited, a little agitated type of excited, I guess you could say, knowing that he threw that moto win away and the opportunity to tie things up heading into moto number 3 with he and Marchbanks. And Jalik Swoll will check in the number 3 position, about 21 seconds back, but most importantly in a top position there, one that is going to yield him a good opportunity heading into moto number 3 as far as the overall score is concerned. And you can tell, though this is not the normal hot and humid Loretta Lynn's weather that we are accustomed to, this is still a hot day. Temperatures in the mid-80s, sun raining down on us here in this valley. Kids pushing themselves to the limits. Yes, they are. Obviously, it is a warm day for them on that respect, but all in all, a very comfortable day as far as Loretta Lynn's weather is concerned, and we're very blessed to have that this week. And these riders, you can tell, that is, I think, Sexton with his head down on the bike there. You can see that he was a little disappointed in what took place, but he also knows there's a third moto, and that championship moto is going to carry a lot of weight when we get set to roll on that. Right now, Wes Kane standing by down by victory lane as we check in with him and get set to congratulate our top riders here in the mini senior 12 to 14-year-old class.
All right, I'm down here on the podium. I'm looking for the 35 ride, Jalik Swoll. Down here, we got a bronze medal for him. Down here on the box. Come on up here, Jalik Swoll. And the first time I've seen a Husqvarna 85 down here. So new things are coming here, and they're being led by the charge of Jalik Swoll. There you go. Put the medal on. Tell me about your ride.
It was all right. I got a pretty good start. So I got out in the lead, trying to ride pretty hard and smooth. But Marchbanks and Sexton got around me. Pretty bummed about that, but I know that from doing this moto, I'll learn a lot and come back swinging in the next moto.
Who do you want to thank? Come on up here.
I'd like to thank my mom, my dad, Husqvarna, my mechanic Brandon, Seven, Dunlop, WMR, Husqvarna, Garnet Boots, Yellow Gum, Connor Egger, EMR, management, Luke, Broski, everybody else who's helped me, thanks.
Congratulations out there, guys. Jalik Swoll finishing up third. Silver medal coming on up here to 30. Chase Sexton to 51. Come on up here. Come on, guys. Let's hear it for Chase Sexton. Hard charger right here. This guy right here, working hard out there. You try to. You're still in position out there, but just before the bad luck, you were out there out front. Tell me about it.
Yeah, I got a decent start, probably about top 10, and just started working my way up and got by Garrett and I hit neutral in the corner and tipped over, but it was all right. I'm still in contention, so it's all good.
Who do you want to thank?
I'd like to thank Yamaha, Rock River, Factory Connection, Ethica, Alpine Star, Bell Helmets, Spy Goggles, JMS, GYTR, Yamalupe, and everyone I forgot, thank you.
Congratulations out there, and we hope to see Chase Sexton on the #1 spot. Come on up here, Garrett Marchbanks. You get the gold medal and the $100 hole shot award. We're going to give that to you. You're going to grab that. I'm going to throw a gold medal around your neck. All right, let's hear it for Garrett Marchbanks. Step over by the bike so we can get a good look at you. Garrett, tell me about your hole shot.
Yeah, I just tried to get a good jump and got off and just tried to hold it wide open to get to the whole $100 gift certificate and got the whole shot.
Tell me about the track. How's it holding up back there in Storyland in the back?
Oh, the track is holding up really well. It's not too rough. It's just really rutted and really tacky.
Who do you want to thank for this hole shot and being up here on top of the podium?
I'd like to thank the Lord for keeping me safe. Monster Energy, Kawasaki, Pro Circuit, Dunlop, Fox, Maxima, Dunlop, PR2. Everyone I forgot, thank you so much.
Congratulations out there. Let's give it up one time for Garrett Marchbanks.